Well, hello there everyone, my name is Amy, this is The Opinionated Woman, and welcome to the first book haul of 2024. I don't film a lot of book hauls. I usually get books like very in bits and pieces, one at a time, but because the holiday season has just finished, I did get a little haul of books that I collected over a couple of different occasions. So I wanted to share those with you because I like to share new lovely books. So these are from various sources. Let's get to them. The first one I picked up was Under the Udala Trees by Chinelo Okparanta. I was making a take-a-lot order for something very small. Nana. Grumble guru? I have a grumbly dog. What you grumble for? I don't know. And I always put like in my wish list like some of the books that are on Take-A-Lot for a good price. There's a dog on me right now. What do you want? So this one was there for like a really good price. So I decided to pick it up. It's been on my TBR for a while. It is set in, bless you, you're interrupting the haul. You can't even see her because she's small. Oh, she's got... Okay, that bangs stuff around and we're in the shot, so if stuff's moved, that's why. This is set in 1968, so it's in the middle of the Nigerian Civil War. And it's about these two girls who are from two different groups who shouldn't be friends and form like a foundation of friendship. And yeah, so a lot of these books, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you've been here a while, I like to go into books knowing as little as possible. If they're on my TBR, I know I've wanted to read them, so I try to forget what they're about. But yes, this sounds very nice, and it is so pretty. Then my dad came here for Christmas, and we were going shopping for Christmas dinner, and he said, "Is there a Bargain Books nearby?" My dad's a Cockney, and I was like, yes, there is a Bargain Books. And I was like, yeah. Because my dad will not let us go into a bookshop without buying us books because he really likes it. And then, and Bargain Books has such great prices that he was just like, go grab some books, and I found 4 really good ones. So the first one that I got was Pieces by Helen Oyeyemi. I've read Mr. Fox by Helen Oyeyemi before, and I really like her writing. It's like kind of surreal and weird. And this follows like this couple in this mysterious train journey. So like each carriage is like different to the other one. It says it's more curious and fascinating than the last. And then so they basically learn about this inhabitant that's on the train, and they go throughout the train from carriage to carriage and see what's happening on this like weird locomotive, which sounds really cool. And I think Helen Oyeyemi's writing would be absolutely incredible for this story. So this was cool because I didn't even know this existed. I just knew I like Helen Oyeyemi. So I was like, it sounds great. I'm going to go for it. Then I picked up Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. How gorgeous is this cover? That's actually stupid beautiful. So the Pull of the Stars, I read The Wonder by Emma Donoghue at the end of last year. And I've been wanting to see if her writing works with me. And because I got it from the library, I didn't know, like I could just like try her out, and I really liked her writing, and I like I like historical fiction, especially set in Ireland. So this is one of those. This is set in Dublin in 1918. So there's like war and disease, and we're following this nurse who's working in a maternity ward, I think it's called, at like a super understaffed hospital, and this like weird flu starts to take over, and they have to like quarantine together. So I thought that would be really interesting. And Emma Donoghue's writing about like really close, like, I mean, she wrote Room. I haven't read Room. I'm not going to read Room. I think it would be too claustrophobic for me, but she's very good at writing like very close quarters. So I think that'll be really great. Then I picked up This Lovely City by Louise Hay, and this is so cool because I literally was just putting this on a wish list on World of Books because I didn't think I'd be able to find this here, and then this was the first book I found when I walked into Bargain Books, and I was like, fuck yes, how beautiful, it's gorgeous. So this is set just after the Blitz, and we're following a jazz musician, a black jazz musician called Dory Matthews, and he's fallen in love with the girl next door. So we're following through like music halls and him like trying to become part of this community, and then it says he makes a terrible discovery. So I really can't remember where I got this recommendation, but I've been thinking about this book, and I love when a book that you've been thinking about is just like chilling there on the shelf and you're like, it's mine now, you know. So yes, very excited for this one. Then I picked up a book that I've nearly bought so many times, and I saw it there and I'm like, you know what, you are being bought books right now. This is your sign to pick up Our Missing Heart by Celeste Ng. I really don't know much about this book. I have both her other books, Everywhere, Everything I Never Told You, and Little Fires Everywhere. I've got both of those. And this is following a 12-year-old called Bird Gardner, who lives with his father, who's a linguist and works in Harvard Library. And I'm not sure how it goes from then on. I think he starts to find out a little bit more about, oh yes, he starts to find out more about his mother, who's a Chinese American poet. So I'm really intrigued to find out what this is like. I don't know whether this is, for some reason I thought it had some kind of speculative stuff in it, but I might be making a mistake. I just know I really like Celeste Ng's writing, so I was like, I'm gonna give it a go anyway. Then on actual Christmas Day, my dad gave me another book, and that's Warriors by Danielle Britton. Funny story. So when I was 19, I was studying at Tux, the University of Pretoria, and the course and me didn't really get on, but the only thing that I was really focused on when I was at Tux was rowing. I'd been rowing since I was 12. I was really focused on rowing. And when I got to the club, these guys were rowing there. So not this guy at the front, though I did meet him and he's a very, very cool guy. He's very nice. But these three rowed for Tux, and these two, yes, and these two rowed for Tux. He is now married to my ex crewmate from Tux, like back in the day. I don't know if any of these people would remember me, but like I was around them for like about 6 months before I dropped out. And then they went on to win gold at the Olympics, and they went on to win silver. And this book is written by him and him. It's their mom, their brothers. Is it that the right guy? Yeah. So Lawrence and Matthew. Is it Matthew? Am I getting his name right? Yes, Lawrence and Matthew. So she's the team doctor for the SA team, and so she works very closely with her sons, and she was the one who realized that there was something wrong with Lawrence, her younger son, and went to go get tested, found out he had cancer, and he won a silver at the Olympics after beating cancer because he's a bad bitch. So yeah, I'm really interested to read this. It's going to be crazy having like names of people that I was around for a good while. Like, I mean, this guy at the back here saved me from getting groped by this guy at a party. So he like has a little special place in my heart, even though he probably doesn't remember me. But yeah, I'm really intrigued to read this. It's going to be very strange to read about people that I've actually met in real life. But yeah, very intrigued. And then my mom lives in the UK, so she sent cash for Christmas, which is perfectly fine by me. And I ordered a duvet cover, but I said to myself, with the excess from like what's left over, because the duvet covers not and the sheets are not costing £1,000 rand, I said I would go to Bargain Books. So I went to Bargain Books. I went to the one in Willowbridge because the other stash of books that I got with my dad was like a Bargain Books that's closer to me, and I'd already like, you know, rated it. So I thought like, let me go try another one, and it was really interesting. So I was going through, I struggled to find their sales section, and then I eventually found it, and I was like, oh, there's some books here, I'm not sure. And then right at the end I was like, bam, 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 bam. I was like, sick, yes. So it was a very successful haul because Nana, this dog is here again. Hello, sweet girl. Hi. I love you. I do laugh. I laugh. So this book has been on my WOB wish list as well, and that's Islands of Mercy by Rose Tremaine. All I know is it's historical fiction. It's set in Bath in 1865. I love like the vibe of Bath. Like, I'm a big Jane Austen girly, so like a lot of the time they summer in Bath, you know. So like I like that vibe. And we're following a woman who's known for her nursing skills, but she gets into a love affair with a woman who's married. And is promised marriage to a prospective doctor. Oh, so there's basically gay drama. So in 1865 in Bath, I think that sounds great. I've wanted to read this for ages, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, score. Then another one that actually wasn't on my TBR, and I'm not sure why, and that's Rainbow Milk by Paul Mendes. I love this cover. I think it's so beautiful. But this is set in the 1950s, and we're following a Jamaican-born man called Norman, and he, you know, suffers a lot of racism, and then later on, we're following one of his descendants, Jesse, who is in London, and he's like trying to escape like the community that he's been kept in. And he's, you know, grappling with like sexuality and race and class and things like that. And he turns to sex work for, it says, to create new notions of love, fatherhood, and spirituality. And books about sex work and things like that are very interesting to me. So I thought this one sounded wonderful. So I'm very interested to see what this is like. I think it's going to be very hard-hitting. And then lastly, I picked up a hardcover. I never find hardcovers in South Africa, and that's The Break by Katerina Vermette. I got recommended this. Whose video was it in? Mercy's Bookish Musings. I love getting recommendations from her. We have very similar literary fiction taste in books, so I love getting her recommendations. So The Break, I don't even know what it's about, as usual. We're following Stella, a young Metis mother that lives with her family by the Break, an isolated strip of land at the edge of their small Canadian town. Is Metis, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but is that First Nations? I should have read this before, because if that's First Nations, that's even better. Is it First Nations? She is First Nations. It's a First Nations writer. I didn't realize. Amazing. That's probably why I put it on this list. Okay, cool. It's like about a community in crisis, and it's set in like the Metis community in somewhere in Canada. Anyway, okay, that's even better. That's great. I love reading books from like native groups, like Native Americans or First Nations or Aboriginal people. If you have any Aboriginal books to recommend, I would absolutely love that. But yes, that's the other one I got, and I'm super chuffed with it. And that is my book haul. That should keep me busy for a while, hopefully. I think I'm going to be chocked to the brim full of books for a bit, which will be cool. Though obviously I will go to the library in between there. But I hope you guys are having a great January so far. I don't know when this video is going up. I'm basically filming whenever I have a chance because I've got so many videos to film right now. And I don't want to be one of those people that puts up her end of year videos in March. You know, I just think that's pointless. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this. If you did like my content, like, you can always give me a little subscribe. My Instagram and my TikTok are down below, along with my Ko-fi link, which is just like a little one-time tip jar if you ever want to support my channel. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I'll check you next time.